training series with Green Living with Essential Oils. My name is Arttemis and I've been with Young Living Essential Oils for over 15 years. And in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you about the emotional body, the subconscious, conscious, and superconscious mind, and how you can use essential oils to get to the root causes of illness and disease and transform emotion and heal the body at all levels. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching this video. This is a two-part video series where in part one, I'm going to be teaching you some basics and fundamentals on the emotional body and which emotions get stored in which organ of the body. In part two, I'm going to be doing a deep dive into the Chinese medicine 5-element theory. So the 5 elements encompass all aspects of our life, our body, our mind, our emotions, our environment, and all the organs of the body have corresponding elements. So I'm going to teach 5 elements, 5 prayers, and 5 essential oils that really help to identify a system of emotional healing and transformation. If you're brand new to essential oils, look below this video for information to get started with essential oils. And when you join Young Living, you're going to receive 17 videos teaching you step by step how to get the most out of your essential oils. Please like and share this video. If you know someone who could benefit from this information to heal and uplift their emotional body, I encourage you to like and share this video. And I'm excited to share this information with you. This information is the cultivation of 15 years of my life work, working with over 10,000 people worldwide as a life coach, as a person who's done dozens of different healing modalities, NET, muscle testing, life coaching, conscious language, sacred body language, iridology, bioopticolography, sclerology. I've done so many different things in my practice. What I'm giving you today is a distillation of what I know about the hidden causes of illness and disease. I'm giving this information at a very high level. So for those of you who watched my videos before, you're going to see a very different side of me and my information. This is what I normally give practitioners. So this is exciting for me to share this with you today. And I want to give you some oils to use to activate your genius. So one of my favorite oils to use before reading books or reading scripture or just activating the brain is frankincense. Also, you might want to try Stress Away and rub either frankincense or Stress Away on the neck, a little bit on the brow. Another blend I really like is the Valor blend. The Valor has spruce, rosewood, frankincense, and blue tansy. This is a great one for just clearing the mind. You can also be diffusing peppermint. And so I love the art of diffusion with essential oils. Bring peppermint into your space because peppermint increases brain activity, clarity, memory recall, and retention. So the way we're going to do this with the oil right now is we're just going to take a few drops of your favorite brain activating blend like frankincense or clarity or Valor. We're just going to take this oil and stir clockwise a couple times. This activates the oil and increases the oxygen. Apply a little bit right here. Take a little bit and put it on your ears. And the ears are a great entry point for the oils to get into all the meridians in the nervous system of the body. The ear is an entire map of the body, and you want to get these oils all on the ear. And then we'll take a few more drops of the frankincense, and then we're going to take it and just rub it on the neck like this. And so this is oxygenating, energizing, and improving circulation to the higher energy centers. And this will help you not only receive the information with clarity, it will also help you retain and recall the information better after you've watched this video. So if you're about to get into some really rich material, like one of my advanced training videos, you're going to read a book or you're going to go to a long workshop or class, use your essential oils to activate your genius. My name is Arttemis, and let's get started with part one of 5 elements, 5 prayers, and 5 essential oils. We are tuned up. I'm going to do a quick screen share. Stand by. Here we go. So the purpose of my instruction today is to give you solid tools to rewire your neurophysiology and subconscious mind towards achieving optimal brain, body, gut health, and well-being for you and your clients. I gave this presentation at the Shine conference before with Dr. Rita Maria Lascalzo, an amazing healer and teacher in our Austin community. And she invited me to teach the mind-body connection of the gut. The focus of this conference was for the GI tract. And so I was here to empower 90 people in the audience who were doctors and life coaches and nutritionists and healers and amazing people who are just on fire and helping improve our healthcare system through the Scientific and Holistic Institute of Nutritional Endocrinology. And so this was a science conference and also teaching some of the energetic principles of how we heal on the emotional level. Please subscribe to my channel, like and share this video to give the gift of new life and essential oils to your friends. And look below this video for more information on how to get your kit to get started with Young Living. So a master healer is a master of the basics. And I want to teach you right now something that's very profound in its scope and very simple to understand. That when we want to heal the emotional body, when we want to work on getting to the root causes of illness and disease, what we're seeking is to align these three levels of ourself. So we are all thinking and feeling and speaking beings. And we all vibrate at three levels simultaneously. So we have a subconscious mind, which is our feeling world. We have a conscious mind, which is our thinking and speaking world. And then we have a superconscious self, which is I am, that I am. And all of us are connected to a superconscious self. All of us have a deep union and alignment with superconscious. And as we heal these lower selves and these middle self, as we heal the subconscious and conscious mind, we come into alignment with the superconscious. So really, healing of our emotional body is one step to become more fully present in our conscious self so that our superconscious, our great God self, our higher self, our superconscious self can come into alignment. And I learned these three basic levels from the book Conscious Language from Robert Tennyson Stevens, as well as the teachings of the ancient kahunas of Hawaii. The ancient kahunas had a saying that seek always the alignment of the three levels of yourself, working together in perfect harmony for the highest good of all life everywhere. Seek alignment of your feelings, your thoughts, and your divinity. Seek always alignment of these three selves to work in perfect harmony for the highest and best good of all life everywhere. I love that quote from the Huna teachings because it really embodies our highest potential as human beings. And whenever we suppress a feeling or a thought, word, and feeling into our subconscious mind, it will eventually create disease in the body. Another way of looking at this is from Scripture. For as a woman or a man thinketh in her heart, so is she. And this comes from the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 7. For as a woman thinketh in her heart, so is she. So I'm paraphrasing the Bible a little bit because I was speaking to an audience of ladies. So I gave it a feminine stance because as you thinketh in your heart, so are you. Meaning what you feel subconsciously, what you believe in your heart becomes your reality. Your feelings are senior to your thoughts. And if you want to achieve something, if it's health, if it's wealth, if it's healing of a disease, your work is in the subconscious, in the superconscious minds, because you want to get your feelings, your heart, to follow your attention. If your feelings do not follow your attention, your heart is not in it, you will not achieve your goal and outcome. If your heart, what you feel in your heart, which another way we could say this is, if what you feel in your subconscious mind is following your attention, your goal, your outcome, you will not only achieve that goal, you will develop a positive belief related to that feeling. So this is a very important thing to contemplate, to just really choose to understand. Another way of looking at this is through the wisdom of Carl Jung. Carl Jung was a master at understanding archetypes and universal patterns of psychology. Carl Jung was alive and teaching around the time of Freud, and he really understood the shadow side of humanity and how we need to explore the subconscious and unconscious minds and pull these weeds out of our garden, so to speak. Imagine like fear and anger and worry being like weeds. We want to explore these weeds and pull them out of our subconscious and unconscious. Carl Jung said that until we become conscious of what is unconscious, the outer world will rule our lives and we will call it fate. Profound statement. Until we become conscious of what is unconscious, the outer world will rule our lives and we will call it fate. And that's because of the power of the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is so powerful at creating and affecting our outer world that if we don't become conscious of what is unconscious and subconscious, then we will have things happening in our life that maybe is not. So illuminating our subconscious and unconscious minds can make our whole journey towards achieving optimal health easier and more rewarding. So here's a list of some hidden emotions preventing healing in the subconscious mind of the GI tract. We have the stomach, which potentially could be storing disgust. We have the spleen, which could potentially be holding on to low self-esteem. We have the small intestine, which can store overwhelm and feeling just like you're not able to separate what is pure and impure. When you get overwhelmed in your life, that can store in the small intestine and cause lower absorption and utilization issues. Large intestine is feeling stuck, rigid, dogmatic. If you feel stuck, if you don't know how to move forward in your life, that could also be related to constipation. Adrenals in the digestive system, your adrenals produce over 20 neurotransmitters, and they are like our biological battery. They control our ability to regulate sugar metabolism, mineral metabolism. Our adrenals are the vitality of our entire body. And if we feel apathy or sadness, these energies can negatively affect the adrenals. Apathy is I can't, it's hard. Sadness is I've always felt this way. You've never been able to do it. I never can do this. So these emotions can get stored in the adrenals. And to another degree, the pancreas too, because the pancreas and adrenals work together. The liver, very important organ for digestion. It produces bile. It stores vitamins and nutrients we assimilate through digestion. The bile from the liver is how we assimilate proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. And anger and frustration is stored in the liver. And so if we feel anger and we can't assimilate that emotion and touch it with love and let it go, that anger can start to clog up the liver, suppressing bile flow, weakening our absorption and utilization of certain foods and proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. So think of the liver as more of a macronutrient digestion, and your adrenals and pancreas is more of a micronutrient digestion. So disgust transforms into acceptance. Low self-esteem transforms into high self-esteem. Overwhelm transforms into flow. I surrender to the flow of my life. I live my life in flow, and my life is for me. Feeling stuck in our life transforms into clarity, moving forward with ease. Apathy transforms into I can and I care deeply about myself. Sadness transforms into joy and happiness and contentment. Anger and frustration transform into compassion and patience and kindness. And once we touch the anger, we also get to reclaim our authority. So instead of blaming other people, we get to author our life and choose authority. And stay tuned for part 2 of this training series, where I'm going to go into specific essential oils we can use for these patterns related to the 5-element theory of Chinese medicine. And that'll be in part 2. So your subconscious mind, remember we have 3 levels of ourself: subconscious, conscious, and superconscious. This subconscious mind, we now know in modern neuroscience, is expressed in our amygdala, hypothalamus, brain and central nervous system. So all these aspects of the brain, the amygdala, the hypothalamus, the pituitary pineal, the central nervous system, is all an expression of our subconscious mind. And so when we use essential oils, we are directly affecting the amygdala and hypothalamus. By breathing those essential oils in, we can directly stimulate and calm down or even rewire the brain, the central nervous system, and change neurotransmitter production. I'm going to go more into that later. I just want you to know that essential oils can be some of the most powerful tools through our sense of smell to actually calm the nervous system and reprogram the nervous system. So the formula I've come up with for healing the subconscious and conscious mind together is repetition plus deep feeling, and that's where the oils come in, plus rhythm, daily prayer, and daily application of the oils equals transforming the root emotional cause. The next principle I want to share with you is a very profound principle I learned from Dr. Bob Marshall from Premier Research Labs, and he guided me to study the work of Dr. Fritz Albert Pop and biophotons. So what Dr. Pop discovered is that every cell in the body emits 100,000 units of biophotonic energy. Biophotons are scientific measurements and units of light, and that we literally, as human beings, as 100 trillion cells with 7 chakras and 12 meridians, we live in a field of energy. And it's the study of this energy field, also known as the biophotonic energy field or the plasma energy field. The study of this energy field will bring the greatest advances in 21st century medicine. You are a being of light. You are a being of thought, word, and emotion. And we now can measure that scientifically through different measurements. And some of these measurements are through the biophysical analysis of the body through biophotons. This is no longer woo-woo, my friends. This is hardcore science. We know that energy, the energy of our cells and DNA, is talking to every other cell, that our cells communicate to each other through these frequencies of biophotonic light. And what Dr. Pops came to the conclusion, this man right here, Dr. Fritz Albert Pop, published 150 journals and 10 books on this subject over 30 years. This is a beautiful scientist who's bridging spirituality and science. And he said, we're still on the threshold of fully understanding the complex relationship between light and life. And we can now say emphatically that the function of our entire metabolism is dependent on light. That means all your neurotransmitters, your hormones, your steroids are all dependent upon light energy, the light we get from living raw foods, the light and aromatic influence of essential oils to change our nervous system and our metabolism, and also the light of thought and words and feeling, that we are a being of light and we are comprised of these sacred energies. And as we bring coherence to the biofield, we will begin to transform the chaos within our emotional bodies. Energy medicine to powerfully upgrade and support your human biofield. So here's a list of some modalities I've explored over 15 years to really bring coherence to my biofield and to help me express more light and help me touch and transform my emotions and express and heal and uplift and let go of different negative emotions, like EFT, emotional freedom technique, tapping techniques, like Bach flower essences, essential oils, of course, gemstones, sound healing, fasting. Spending time in nature can bring coherence to your biofield. Dynamic decree and affirmations, speaking affirmations out loud each day. Working with energy healing on many of these levels is going to help you bring coherence to your biofield. And of course, my favorite tools are essential oils because they're easily accessible and they can be used at home every day. So why would you choose to heal and repattern the human biofield? Listen to me very closely here. Every chronic symptom or disease in the body is initiated in the neurological dissonance, subconscious blocks, and or emotional components stored within a person's biofield or energetic anatomy. So when you bring coherence to the biofield, you will bring coherence to the brain, the central nervous system, the enteric nervous system, which is the nervous system of our gut, and the subconscious mind simultaneously. And all of this can create long-lasting health and well-being. So if you have a symptom or disease that you have not been able to correct through diet and lifestyle, it's time for you to dig deeper. It's time for you to see where there's dissonance in your thoughts and beliefs. It's time to see what emotions are connected with those thoughts and beliefs. It's time to address those emotional components and touch and transform your emotions with love. To breathe, to touch, and love what you feel, and then use your essential oils to help you express and feel more easily. Let's go a little further with the work of Dr. Candace Pert. Now, I encourage you to do your own research and look up Dr. Pert, go to her website, read some of her blogs, and learn about the molecules of emotion. Through 30 years of research, Dr. Candace Pert discovered that we produce neuropeptides, that every cell in our body has cell receptors for hormones, neurotransmitters, and neuropeptides. And the neuropeptides are the molecules of emotion. And she came to the conclusion that your body is your subconscious mind, that our physical body can be changed by the emotions we experience, because changing our emotions changes the neuropeptide cascade, and it changes how our cells are processing insulin, how our cells are processing the neurotransmitters and all the corticosteroids that help with assimilation and utilization of our minerals. That you cannot separate the emotion from the insulin. You cannot separate the emotion from the serotonin or dopamine. All of these neuropeptides are flowing in simultaneity with our neurotransmitters and hormones, and that your cells have receptors for your emotional molecules. And this is profound to understand, because we now know as you're changing anger, the neuropeptides of anger, into love and forgiveness and authority, you're changing the molecules of emotion in your body, thus changing your body. When you're touching fear, the emotion of fear, into faith, that trust in yourself, that assuredness is producing new neuropeptide pathways, new ways of assimilating all your normal adrenal and thyroid hormones, and that's changing your DNA, that's changing your cells, that's changing your body. The environment of the cell, both nutritionally, physically, and emotionally, is more important than the blueprint within the cell. And Dr. Bruce Lipton proved this in the work of epigenetics. Now I'm going to introduce to you some very exciting research from a Russian biophysicist named Pyotr Garajev. So Pyotr, with his innovative Russian team, discovered that our DNA stores data like a computer's memory system. So we have 64 base pairs. We have this amazing map of life eternal. This is the blueprint of which the cells are dividing. And that our DNA stores data like a computer's memory system. And not only that, but our genetic code uses grammar rules and syntax in a way that closely mirrors human language. They also found that even the structuring of our DNA alkaline pairs follows a regular grammar and has set rules. It appears that all human languages are simply verbalizations of our DNA. Yes, that's correct, that we literally have the word stored within the body. In the book of John in the Bible, not religion, just think of this as states of consciousness. In the Gospel of John, in chapter 1, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." And that in our DNA, we have grammar, we have the Word stored within our very cells. And our alkaline base pairs follow a grammar structure just like we speak words into creation. This is profound. Most astounding of all, Pyotr and his team discovered that living human DNA can be changed and rearranged with spoken words and phrases. Do your research. Look up Pyotr Garajev and his work in biophysics. It is profound. The key, he continues to say, the key to changing DNA with words and phrases is in using the right frequency. And that is feeling, emotion, clarity, passion, desire, purpose. Through the application of modulated radio and light frequencies, the Russians were able to influence cellular metabolism and even remedy genetic defects in the DNA. That means they were able to take frequencies of word with the right feeling and the right frequency behind it and they were able to even change genetic weaknesses. So all of these doctors out there saying that your genetics cause disease, it's actually false. Through the work of Dr. Bruce Lipton and the work of Piotr Gadajev, we now know that we can influence our genetic defects. We can upgrade them, even with the power of spoken words and phrases. Once more, the team achieved incredible results using vibration and language. For instance, they successfully transmitted information patterns through one set of DNA to another. Eventually, they were even able to reprogram cells to another genome. That means to a whole nother species of life. So they transformed frog embryos into salamander embryos without lifting a single scalpel or making one incision. That is the power of frequency. That is the power of our words, and with the right frequency, to transform us from the caterpillar into the butterfly. You can transform fear into faith, anger into compassion, sadness into joy. Weaknesses shall be your greatest strength when you're willing to do the work. Dr. Pop's agreed and has come to the conclusion that we know today that man essentially is a being of light. You are so much more than an assimilation of just 100 trillion cells of blood and lymphatic system. You're so much more than just organs and glands. You are made of light. You express through thoughts, words, and feelings. And yes, what you eat does matter. And if you haven't been able to fix your illnesses or diseases with diet and nutrition alone, then it's time to explore yourself as a being of light. It's time to explore emotional components and subconscious blocks that are holding you back from healing. And guess what? There's a system. There's a way for you to look at the body as a map of emotions. And this is just a little brief introduction. In part 2 of my video, I'm going to go more into the types of essential oils to use for which emotion. So let's just look at the lymphatic system. I learned this from Conscious Language and Robert Tennyson Stevens. The lymphatic system, when it gets congested, the thought is I can't. The emotion is struggle, apathy. I can't becomes I can. I can with repetition becomes self-esteem and self-confidence. Gallbladder is I won't, or resentment. I won't becomes I will, and forgiveness. I will love this person again. I choose to love them. I choose to forgive them. I choose to forgive and let go. That forgiveness heals the gallbladder and indirectly also the liver. Anger is the liver. Resentment is the gallbladder. I will love and I forgive. Confusion is from heavy metals. Now, we see a lot of children with heavy metal toxicity experiencing symptoms of confusion. We see a lot of people just kind of going numb and confused. And confusion transforms into clarity. I am clear. God in me is clear. Choose clarity and then do the heavy metal cleansing you need to do to get your body clear, get your mind clear, get your emotions clear. Numbness is I can feel my feelings. Anger or blame is liver and thyroid. And when we blame another, we actually give up our power of will and authority. And that's our thyroid as well as liver. So blame transforms to authorship. Recall your power back. Reclaim your authority over your life. And say with me, I now author my life. I know who I am. I am strong. And as we move up scale, as we heal our confidence, and as we forgive and let go, we start to move up to the throat, which is authority, and we take authorship over our lives. Judgment is also a misqualification of the throat energy, and judgment transforms into seeing perfection and edifying those around you. So your job is to see perfection in others. If you see a twig in your brother or sister's eye, pull the log out of your own, meaning don't see what's wrong, see their perfection, or better yet, begin to edify those around you. Begin to see what is pure, noble, and good in your friends, family, mentors, and colleagues. Edification is one of the most powerful practices in business, particularly if you work on a team. Edify your leaders, edify your mentors, edify your family, edify your mother and father. Give them and speak only what is true, pure, noble, and good. So that's a little touch of what we're going to go into in part 2 of our training series. So now you've learned a little bit of the basics. You've learned about the subconscious, conscious, and superconscious mind. You've learned about how emotions affect and words affect the DNA, how every emotion has a corresponding neurotransmitter, neuropeptide, hormone production, and it's all flowing simultaneously. We now know the body and mind and emotions are not separate. They are one integrated system. And I just want to give you some things you can do right now for your emotional body before we go into part 2 of the video training series. So one of the best essential oils for emotional well-being is lavender oil. One of my second favorite oils is frankincense oil. Both of these oils come in the premium starter kit. And look below this video to get your kit and get your oils. So lavender and frankincense. You can wake up in the morning, and if you're just not feeling fully present, if you just want to start your day in flow, if you want to just let go of some of that overwhelm, or you want to just feel an upliftment emotionally, take some of the lavender or the frankincense and just start applying about 3 or 4 drops in the hand, and just start rubbing the lavender over the navel, over the solar plexus, and over the heart. This is where we hold a lot of our stuck emotions, is right from the heart down. And so use the essential oils to stimulate your emotional body, and let the oils directly communicate to the cells and the chakras of your body. Then take your hands, cup it over your nose, and go, and do about 6 to 9 full breaths, exhaling fully. Deep breath in. Exhale. And as you breathe in those essential oils, what it's doing is it's stimulating the hypothalamus, and it's actually changing the fight or flight response to a more parasympathetic, more relaxed, easy, letting go, exhale, relaxed condition of your body. That's called parasympathetic. Sympathetic is got to, have to, must, overwhelm, fight or flight, fear. A lot of us are living in those states, and it becomes our new normal. We don't even know how stressed we are. So starting every morning with your frankincense or your lavender, or even some stress away, which is great, is a great way just to kind of come into flow, come into emotional well-being. Now, if you find yourself getting really worked up in a relationship, if you get really angry, we have other blends in Young Living for Anger that I'll talk about in part 2 of the series. But don't be afraid. Use the lavender oil. Use the stress away oil. Use your peace and calming. Use your valor. Use these essential oils over your lower chakras, and breathe them in, and help yourself to breathe, to touch, to love, and to transform and let go of the emotion. After you've applied the oils to the chakras and breathed it in, another place you can put the oils on is the lower back. The lower back is where we store a lot of energies around blame, shame, guilt, money, partnerships, not feeling supported. So take your oils and rub them on the lower back, because we could all use a little bit of kidney support. And taking the stress away, or the frankincense, and just rubbing on your lower back, that improves circulation. It supports the energetic balancing of your lower back, particularly your kidneys and your adrenal glands. Really important, 2 important organs to address emotionally. So thank you for watching this video today. My name is Arttemis. This is part 1 of the advanced training on 5 elements, 5 prayers, and 5 essential oils. Look below this video for more information on essential oils, and also look below this video for my training program that I will post here in the next 6 months. I'm going to post a way for you to go into a 5-week transformational experience where you can begin to touch and transform each of the elements and all the corresponding emotions and essential oils and lifestyle choices. I'm going to create this amazing program to guide you step by step through your own 5-element transformation that's going to help you achieve more energy, more mental clarity. It's going to help improve sleep. It's going to improve the quality of your relationships. It's going to help you learn about your body and where your weaknesses are and what's returning. And so how to transform those weaknesses into your strengths and improve just every aspect of your life, because When you understand yourself, when you know about your body and different emotional states and different symptoms and how we can flip these, how we can reverse these patterns, you can uplift every aspect of your life: mind, body, emotions, and spirit. Look below this video, like and share this video. I hope if you know someone who could benefit from this information, share this video with a family member or a friend so they can begin learning some of the secret scrolls, some of the advanced information on emotional healing upliftment. My name is Arttemis, and stay tuned for part 2 of this video.